Parsha insight. Parsha insight on page 139. For Friday, we said Moshe told the Jewish people, if you love God with all your heart, all your soul. We mentioned this is the second paragraph of the Shema, but it seems to be a repeat of the first paragraph, which says you should love God with all your heart and your soul. Oh, but we're actually missing out here with all your might. There it said love God with your heart, your soul, and your might, which meant money, your resources. Here we take out money. It just says love with God with your heart and your. Apparently, there's two levels of intensity of loving God. One that leads to loving God with all your might, with all your debt, everything of yourself, even beyond your rational self. And there's a level of loving God that's rational. There's a way of loving God to go beyond your limits, to love Him beyond your limits, and God within your limits. This is because we are not all the same. Some of us can maintain a constant awareness of God's presence in our lives and inspires us to love Him with all our might, while some of us cannot maintain this awareness constantly. Nonetheless, even those of us who can only serve God with our heart and our soul, within our limits, on an ongoing basis, can still rise occasionally to serve God with all your might, with all your beyond your limits. In the Messianic future, we will all be able to sustain this high level of divine awareness. It is for this reason that both versions of our love of God have been included in our daily prayers. Fantastic. It's very interesting that I think this really gets to our original mark or discussion before about our skepticism of if God will come through and take care of us in every aspect. And we see here the Torah actually gives two options for how to serve God. One that's more within is pretty full with your heart, your soul, your all conscious self. That's pretty intense as it is. And the other option is to serve God even beyond that, to your ma'od, to your very much beyond that. And it says, look, not everybody's going to always go in that kind of, super rad, give it all away type of thing. But occasionally you could. It's just interesting that within kind of saintliness, there's levels of what you can lean into. But even occasionally you can go beyond.
Okay.
And that's why we have it in our very basic prayers. It's not like a Kabbalistic bonus. This is in the prayers. Option one is the first Shema, the higher level. And if you can't do that, the secondary, to not obviously break your limits, but to go, to at least live out, serve God within all your limits, which is quite substantial.
Mm-hmm.
Page 131. The 114th mitzvah, negative mitzvah, is that we are forbidden from shearing wool from sanctified animals. Page 132, the 55th mitzvah is we're commanded to sacrifice a lamb for Pesach on the 14th day of the month of Nisan. And the 115th prohibition, we're forbidden from slaughtering the Pesach offering when in possession of leavened bread. And the 116th prohibition, we're forbidden from leaving the fats of the Pesach sacrifice without burning them, causing them to become invalid or left over.